So in order to save the environment in the United States, we are destroying the environment in third world countries.
If you think that electric car batteries are great, or we can do these electric storage facilities, that you think you're saving the environment, I want you to understand what we're doing with 400,000 children that are working as slaves in the mines in the Congo. The commission needs to look at what it's doing by shifting the environmental destruction and the human rights abuses overseas. This should be part of it. And I can't talk to you guys about economics to make decisions here, because it seems like our economics decisions aren't being heard. But you should at least look at the environmental destruction and the human rights abuses and the child slave labor that's happening overseas. And that's what the commission should at least consider when making these decisions.
China has rounded up almost 1 million Muslims, Uyghurs, of their ethnic minority, and put them into concentration camps where they force them to labor manufacturing solar panels for the US market. So what are we doing about it? Are we stopping this genocide in China? No. The state of Minnesota is going to vote to fund these forced labor camps in China and creating an environmental destruction in developing nations because they're using toxic chemicals that permanently poison the earth. The supply chain for solar that has me so concerned, and studying the materials and the chemicals that are used to create solar panels and the way that they meld these toxic chemicals into the panels that can't be recycled, and that we create these arrays of solar panels, hundreds of thousands of them in some instances, where a tornado can come through and wipe out an entire industrial solar array, and you can't recycle these products, and it leaches these toxic chemicals into our soil.
This is the environmentalists' dream, to have green energy, but what they don't understand is that the green energy is really destroying the environment in third world countries. The batteries that are used for electric vehicles, for instance, which is heavily promoted in this bill, are 65% nickel. The material that so many people object to that has this horrible track record, 65% of a lithium-ion battery is comprised of nickel. Cobalt is also one of the top ingredients. Cobalt is what is mined in the Congo with 50,000 child slave laborers. Nickel that doesn't have a ton of slavery used in it. It's mostly mined in Indonesia, but it has a terrible track record in Indonesia, and it has permanently poisoned the water for millions of people. Neodymium mining in China, in the city of Batao, has a 5.5-mile wide toxic slough that has poisoned the water for 10 million citizens. And the cancer rates are off the chart. I think what we really need to include in this discussion is the environmental impacts caused by these, initiatives that are supposed to be improving the environment. Also in this bill, because we promote wind energy, we have an issue of wind turbines. They're being shipped out to Wyoming and buried in the landfill. There's 1,100 of them that were just buried in the landfill. That's millions and millions of pounds of plastic. And we have environmentalists worried about plastic straws? We need to change this rapidly, not subsidize it with taxpayer dollars.
This is terrible behavior by environmentalists in this country, but you know what? The lobbyists, they love green energy. They love your tax dollars being taken.
I'd like you to do some Google searches of words so that you can do a little research on this and be a better informed person on energy policy. Search for the terms cobalt, Congo, slavery. Search for the terms neodymium, pollution in Batao, it's in China. Search for lithium, Bolivia, pollution. Search for turbine blades, Casper, Wyoming. And search for solar China Uyghurs. It's spelled Uyghurs.
Yeah, this is the environmental cost of green energy.